Here we are today with the pride of the Commonwealth of Massachusetts lead detective, Michael Proctor. I don't want to say Trooper Michael Proctor, but I guess I will. Trooper Michael Proctor, who was, as officially of today's date, July 7th of 2024, has been relieved of his duties of the Commonwealth DA's office. Tomorrow, July 8th, is his first IA status hearing. That's Internal Affairs status hearing. We're going to do a little deep dive on what's going to happen with Proctor. I don't want to even say Trooper, but Proctor. We're going to see exactly where this is headed and what information we can get out of this. Now, you see I have the usual cards here, and I think we're getting really good readings with these. I'm going to put these to the side. Now, I do not know Proctor's birthday. I know it was in December of 1981. I do not know a specific date. He's either a Sagittarius or a Capricorn, and I'm not going to guess on either one. So, let's get started. And while I'm shuffling, do me a favor. Subscribe, like, and especially comment. I love reading your comments, and I love it that you're here, and thank you so much. And welcome to Seeing Crime. All right, here we are. We have the Kipper deck out first, and we're going to ask, what is the pathway? What is the future with Trooper Michael Proctor? Here we are. We're going to see, there we are. We got our first card. Are you ready, everyone? Drum roll, please. And it is this. Lovers. Now, we keep getting this card, and we're going to do a deep dive into what really this lovers thing means. That's amazing. Very interesting. And number 15. We're going to put that to the side right here. Sorry for the glare. I'm try to avoid that for you. Okay, here we are. All right, so the next one, we're going to put this back in place, the next card. We're going to see this one has stuck, and what is this one? Toil and labor. It does not surprise me because he has fought hard to get a guilty verdict in Miss Karen's case, and he failed miserably for the Commonwealth, for the community, for his family, for his department. And a number 38, that is amazing too. Wasn't it number 38? That day 38? Maybe. Let's check on that. I can't remember. But was it day 38 that we found out that he was actually being relieved? Now, I have a question for you, because it's my understanding that many people thought this was a surprise, or the Commonwealth waited until after the verdict to announce what they were going to be doing. Even though they said there was an open investigation, we already know the feds are investigating. The main female, absolutely, we know who that is. That's Miss Reed. But what do you think would have happened if she would have had a guilty verdict and he would have been the star witness for the CW? I think, you know what I think? I'm going to tell you right now. There you go, Trooper Proctor. Go on, go on. Now, let's find the next person. I think that's what they were waiting on. Let's do one more card. A pathway. This is going to be a journey for him. This is not going to, in number 35, this is not going to let up. Okay, we're going to put these to the side for a minute. Now we're going to be using our Piotnik deck. Sorry for the glare. The Piotnik deck, 36 cards written in 6 different languages. And here we go. What is the outcome? Now, tomorrow is his status hearing, as I said. And I want you to know nothing really is going to happen in the status hearing, except there's going to be a bunch of lawyers for both sides fighting as to what needs to be done. I don't think anything major. Now, Trooper Proctor has made over $184,000. This was verified by the comptroller of that particular area last year. That's a lot of money for this to happen. He's got a lot on the line. Can you imagine his family, his friends? And I want you to know this. He's going to be thrown to the wolves. We're going to see that in a minute. All right, cutting the cards. I just want to make sure that you all see that I shuffle really well and that we're not staging these readings. Okay, so here we go. The first card, Widow. Well, I'm going to say that's metaphorically speaking because he is going to be without a job. I'm very sure. In the end, he's on desk duty right now, but until the end of everything that's going on, that's what this particular card means. All right, we're going to do another one. This one has stuck to my finger. A thief. I believe that not only some evidence was taken, but evidence was planted, and this confirms it. What do you think? Let me know. Let's do one more. A visit. Definitely, he got a visit from our 3 initial friends. He got a visit, he continues to get a visit, and he will continue to get that visit. Do I see dire circumstances happening for this man? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Putting the Piotnik to the side, we're going to get out our trusty tarot. Now, between the tarot, this lays a foundation. Between the tarot and the cartomancy deck, which we have our friend, the hidden deck, we're going to find out. We're going to go a little deeper here. Here we are. And if anyone knows his actual day of birth, let me know. That would be very interesting. First card out. Knight of Swords. That's very interesting. Knight of Wands. Extremely interesting. The Queen of Pentacles. This is getting better and better. The Ace of Pentacles, which is also a timing card. And the Four of Swords. We're going to talk about this card in a minute. King. We've got a lot of courts out here. We've got a lot of big courts and big decision makers. We're going to put this to the side. Okay, we're going to talk about this for a minute. You see how this card, the Knight of Swords, is also dubbed or also referred to lovingly as the Lord of Prince and Breezes. Or I'm sorry, Wind and Breezes. You see there's a lot of action in this card. With this sword that cuts both ways, going off the frame of the card, it's far from being over. This knight and this knight are action cards. This is an air element. This is a fire element. Jumping into action, making sure that history does not repeat itself. This is really something I'm going to say I like these two because the knights are, like you see, the action cards. But there's a lot more that's going to go into motion after tomorrow. That's what I'm getting. Now, this Queen of Pentacles, she can also represent someone who has a high authority. And you know who I think that is? I think that is the governor. I think there's been a lot of communication between the governor, the governor's office, many other community outcries for this person. Imagine. You've heard that saying, a day that will live in infamy forever. I mean, this guy, he's not going to ever live this down. Now, when I said that I thought that he was a stooge a few videos ago, that's my own opinion, and by the way, Disclaimer here. This is my opinion based on the cards that I see, and in no way can any of this information be used as factual evidence in a court of law. And I'm letting it up to you to determine what you feel the facts or the information is coming from the cards. He's got some big decisions to make. But imagine you even have the governor calling and saying how disgusted her office, she is. This is a very intellectual card. A person who is making sure that things are going to be put into place as far as he is concerned. And you see this little animal here, a little tidbit. That is a salamander. The salamander is the spirit animal of the wand suit. This salamander, supposedly, allegedly, can go through fire without being singed. That's why he's the spirit animal of this fire element card. But you see, this king is at the ready. He's making sure that things are not going to go backwards and going to go awry. This person is not going to get out of it. He's not going to get out of it. Lastly, let's get some cartomancy here. All right, here we are. Remember this card? That came out in a video from yesterday. Okay, first I want to address this card. This is a bad card, a breakup card. So it can mean a divorce. Do I think he's going to get divorced? No. I think that his wife is totally 100% behind him, beside him, and she is snowed. So that's not the divorce I see. The divorce, what I'm going to say is, because the diamonds are the business element of this, the divorce I see is going to be there. He will be leaving his post. He will be leaving that job. And what is he going to do? I'm not so sure he's going to be able to get a job. Certainly not in law enforcement after this. Maybe he needs to learn that phrase, would you like fries with your burger? That's kind of funny, but in many ways, that really looks like a very grim future for a person who's been used to making over $184,000 a year. But the reason I pointed this card out was because this card came out in a video about Jen McCabe yesterday. Being in a relationship, business relationship, putting things together, making sure things were working together. I'm going to tell you something about this. I've said it before and I've said it again, and I'll see it now. I believe the Trooper Proctor was used. I believe he was a stooge in this. I believe they looked at him because they could manipulate this investigation. And he was right there because he was getting the kudos, he was getting the pats on the back and the attaboys. He's not going to be in that department, even though this may take a little while. His future in law enforcement is nil and next to none. It's very unfortunate. It gives many others in the departments a very bad name, and I, for one, still back the blue. Sometimes there's a bad apple, and they're taking steps to get how they're taking these steps. I did not like this. They waited until this investigation was going on, but they waited until after the verdict or the mistrial. I don't like that. I know you don't either. I want to pull one more of these cards. Ready? Here we are. Oh. Oh. Hello, I'm just gonna let that sink in there for a minute. He's going to be joined by several other people. Oh, did you see this card fly out? Let's see what it is. Oh my gosh, I have to laugh. An official person. That's telling us who's going to be there with him, isn't it? That's him. He's going to be joined by many of his friends. And let's hope and pray that for Officer John O'Keefe, that his justice comes sooner or later. Rest in peace, Officer John. We know that more is going to be coming out. Now, I appreciate you all being here. Please like, subscribe, and YouTube has another video right here that they think you would really like to view. Please also see my posting schedule for this coming week. Today is July 7th of 2024. We're going to have an exciting week. There's a lot going on. And thanks so much for being here. Let me know. I love how all of you are really picking out things in this. But, you know, that is also a separation card. A divorce. Oh, boy. A lot coming. Thanks so much for watching. See you again soon. P.S. my friends. I said I was going to tell you about this card, and I did not. You see, there are letters P-A-X right above my nail there, right in that mosaic, in that stained glass. This is actually the Four of Swords. There's one laying on his sword. This knight is laying on his sword. This is a card that there indicates that there will be peace someday. It will take someone falling on their sword for that to happen. I wonder who that could be.